She sells sanctuary. It is a tongue twist. Inspired by Led Zeppelin. Have a bit of a listen to this. Released in May '85. There you go, May '85. What a year that was. She sells sanctuary. Rock is the genre. The crotchet is set at 116 beats per minute. Rock is just big, loud, electrified, 4/4 usually, big, strong bass on 1 and 2, snare on 3 and 4, and that's what this is. A big flam on the first, on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, flam, and then that's a crotchet. So what do you call it? A flam is one little bit less loud and then a big loud bit, so it's bah! Whereas the first stroke is maybe with the left if you do a right stroke flam, and the big stroke is with the right stick. Then you crash bass it. That's in the 6 chord rudiment tutorial if you want to check out the flams and drags and all that sort of stuff. Paradiddles, doubles, singles, and all the rudiments. Crash bass, where you see a line or a tail, that means a quaver. That's a quaver. So any one line thing or with a tail is a quaver, or an 8th note. Crash bass, hat, snare, hat, bass, hat, snare, hat. Then when you repeat, you don't crash bass it, you just crash bass on the first, and then you just repeat with the hat on the one, and then repeat. So this division looking sign is a repeat of what you did on the left. Then you got bass, hat, snare, hat, bass, hold it for 3, 4, Andy, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, Andy. Just make sure that these 2 strokes are right, left, and then you crash bass with your right stick on the metal, on the cymbals and hats and everything. Hat, snare, and this is the same bar as that. Repeats, the same as before. Then you got longer fill this time. Bass, hat, snare, hat, bass, and a 3, and a bass, right, left, crash bass. So it's basically 2 of these. 3 and a 4 and a crash bass, same bar as here. So again for another 3 times, repeat that. Here the variation is that you've got a bass drum on the 8th hi-hat stroke, or the 4 and bass drum there, otherwise it's the same, more of the same. You've done this here, haven't we? Yep, here, same thing, same fill, so I've already described this. 3, 4 and a crash bass, same thing, bass drum on the 8th quaver or the 4 and then more of the same. I'm pretty sure I caught all of these in my demo. And then the same longer fill as this, that's the same, I've already described that, haven't I? Here, crash bass, bass on 1 and 3, snare on 2 and 4, 8 hi-hats, not a crash bass when you repeat it. I've already said that. Here, more of the same story, we've already covered that. That is this as well as the 4th bar. And then you crash bass it here, crash to, I'm pretty sure I did this correct. You dip down in tempo, and you dip down in dynamics. So let's be clear, F is loud, and F rock usually is loud. And we got no crescendos, or what do you call those, dynamic, which means loud or soft markings, until you get to the breakdown, which is bar 41, crash, 2, and these are all basses because they're in the lowest line, and then you repeat that bar here again for the 2nd, 3rd, and then 4th, 5th, 6th time. And then you got this nice fill here, which is flams. There's 3 flams on the 1, and 2 is a bass, and 2 and is a flam on the snare, 3 and 4, and the 4 you hold it for a whole crotchet, and then you crash bass it big and strong. Got back to F, which is a notch louder, between medium loud here, and then you repeat again, but not the crash bass. And here with the bass on the 8th hi-hat or the 4 and, repeat that bar again, which is the same as that basically 80% of the song. Then you got crash, snare, crash, rest. And where you see a horizontally aligned tailed thing, that's a virtual rest. So that's crash, and this dot here, if you must know, if you can see it, don't know if it comes up on camera, but when you buy the book or steal the book, stealing is probably better, when you steal this book, just crash bass it there, and the dot that you can see there means that you hold that crotchet for a half a beat longer. So that's a crotchet and a half, or 3 quavers. And true to form, we've got 1 and 2. That's 3 quavers. So you've got crash, snare, crash, and then rest for this line here, for that crotchet. Even though it's written, you don't play it because it's horizontally tied. And then you've got crash, snare, and then you've got that familiar bar that you just did before, bass hat, snare hat, crash bass. And here, my friends, we find an error. They should have had another squiggle here to account for the 4/4. Crash, rest, 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 and that makes the 4/4 bar. So we learn through errors, and I've made all sorts of mistakes in my prep course, but you know, but they've also made a mistake here too. So ha Trinity, and hopefully you got a lot out of it, and thank you for listening and watching.